November 21st, 2024, HENSOLDT unveils new optronics systems for the Leopard 2A8 at Eurosatory, the Peri RTWL Digital, a high-precision observation and targeting system, stabilized, digital sensors, infrared cameras, state-of-the-art technology. But look closely. The core concept, a prism periscope, developed in 1936 by a Pole, Rudolf Gundlach, a man whose name is almost forgotten, but whose invention is in every tank worldwide. Leopard 2, M1 Abrams, Challenger 3, T-90, Type 99, all of them. Every modern battle tank utilizes Gundlach's prism system, 88 years old, still indispensable, still the standard. And Germany never paid Poland any royalties. Conquered the technology in 1939, used it, perfected it, and made it the global standard. Today, I'll show you the forgotten story. How a Polish engineer revolutionized tank optics, how Germany stole his invention, and how this stolen technology is now the foundation of every tank optic worldwide. From Warsaw in 1936 to the Leopard 2A8 in 2024, 88 years. A technical lineage, a forgotten injustice, a story that must be told. Picture this. 1936, Warsaw. Rudolf Gundlach, a Polish engineer, is working on a problem that all the world's tank armies have: visibility. A tank commander must be able to see, but how? Early tanks had vision slits, narrow openings in the armor. The problem? Their weak points. A bullet or shrapnel can get through, a sniper can shoot through, and they offer only limited visibility. The commander sees a tiny slice of the world. The solution? Periscopes. But the periscopes of the 1930s were primitive. They used mirrors. A mirror at the top catches the light. A mirror at the bottom reflects it to the eye. The problem with mirrors? They're fragile. Vibration throws them off. Shelling damages them. Humidity fogs them up. They need constant adjustment. Impossible in the heat of battle. The view blurs. The commander is blind. Rudolf Gundlach had a radical idea. No mirrors, prisms, optical prisms that redirect light through total internal reflection. Physics instead of mechanical adjustment. Light enters a prism, is internally reflected by the interface between glass and air, and exits in the desired direction. No moving parts, no adjustment needed. No fogging problems. Robust, reliable, precise. But Gundlach went further. He developed a rotating periscope system. The upper prism could be rotated 360 degrees. The commander saw a panoramic view without moving his head, without vision slits, without weak points in the armor. The lower prism directed the image to his eyes. Perfect optical quality, clear vision, in all lighting conditions, through any jolt or impact. In 1936, Gundlach patented his design. The Polish army tested it. They were ecstatic. For the first time, a commander could see without putting himself in danger. Panoramic view, clear optics, maintenance-free. The 70p tanks of the Polish army were equipped with Gundlach periscopes. Poland had technologically the most advanced tank viewing apparatus in the world. 1936, ahead of Germany, ahead of France, ahead of the Soviet Union, ahead of Great Britain. Look at the numbers. The Gundlach periscope offered 360-degree rotation. Earlier systems, maybe 120 degrees, limited visibility through vision slits. The prism design was practically maintenance-free. Mirror periscopes had to be readjusted after every engagement. The optical quality was superior. Prisms have minimal distortion. Mirrors degrade over time. Gundlach's system was a quantum leap. But then came September 1st, 1939. Germany attacked Poland. The Blitzkrieg invasion. 1. 5 million German soldiers overran Poland. The Polish army fought desperately. Their 70p tanks were technologically advanced but hopelessly outnumbered. Germany had 2,500 tanks. Poland had 880, many of them light tankettes. In 3 weeks, Poland was defeated. The Wehrmacht, the German armed forces, captured Warsaw, and German engineers made a discovery. The 70p tanks had remarkable periscopes, 360-degree rotation, crystal-clear optics, prism design. The German engineers examined them. They were impressed. This was far better than anything Germany had. German tanks were still using primitive vision slits and inferior mirror periscopes. The Wehrmacht confiscated the Gundlach Periscopes. They confiscated the patents. They confiscated the production equipment, and they began producing copies. No royalties, no recognition, no compensation, simply confiscation. Technology theft on an industrial scale. Poland was defeated. Its inventions now belong to Germany. That's how war worked. But here's where it gets interesting. Germany perfected Gundlach's design. German optics firms, Zeiss and Leitz, took the basic concept and developed it further. Better glass, more precise grinds, improved mechanics for the rotation, anti-reflective coatings. The German versions were technically superior, but the basic concept? Gundlach, Poland, 1936, stolen in 1939, 1941. Panther and Tiger tanks, both equipped with advanced periscope systems based on Gundlach's prism design, the Tiger. I had periscopes in both hatch covers and in the turret roof for the loader, the Panther Ausf. I had a lowered commander's cupola with periscopes instead of vision slits, all Gundlach derivatives. The famous TZF-12A gun sight, a telescopic sight used on German tanks in War, perhaps the best tank gun sight of the Second World War, used prism optics. In-view range scale, milliradian triangle markings, precise target acquisition up to 3,000 meters. The foundation, Gundlach's prism concept, refined by Zeiss. German tank crews had superior optics. They could spot earlier, aim earlier, shoot earlier. A decisive tactical advantage, enabled by Polish technology, stolen and perfected. The Allies noticed it. Battle reports from North Africa, Italy, France, all mentioned the superior German tank optics. German crews reported, German tanks shoot first, always, because they see us first. The German optics are better, much better. British reports said the same thing. Soviet tank drivers reported that Tigers and Panthers engaged them at distances where T-34 crews couldn't see anything yet. The numbers confirm it. A Tiger I could identify and engage an enemy tank at 2,500 meters. A Sherman, maybe 200 meters. The TZF-12A gun sight enabled precision fire at ranges impossible for Allied tanks. The tactical advantage was immense. German tanks could fight from a distance. Allied tanks had to get close, and getting close meant driving through German fire. Casualties, high casualties, but the Allies learned. 1944, Normandy. Every captured German tank was systematically examined. Aberdeen, proving ground in Maryland, got Tigers, Panthers, Panzer IVs. The Bovington Tank Museum in England got Tiger 131, the only functioning Tiger I in the world today. Engineers dismantled everything: mechanics, armor, armament, and optics. They found out. The German periscopes are brilliant. Prism design, 360-degree rotation, maintenance-free, superior optical quality. The Allies copied it, not immediately. The war was almost over. But after 1945, every Allied tank adopted the Gundlach concept. American M26 Pershing, M46 Patton, M47, M48, M60 all had prism periscopes based on German design, which itself was based on Polish design. Soviet tanks? The same. The T-54, production starting in 1947, 80,000 units built, had prism periscopes for the commander and driver. The Soviets had captured German tanks in 1944-45, analyzed them, copied them. The periscope design, a Gundlach derivative, the T-55, T-62, T-72, T-80, T-90, all use further developments of the same concept. 88 years later, Russian tanks still use a Polish design from 1936. British Centurion, Chieftain, Challenger, all prism periscopes. French AMX-30, Leclerc, German Leopard 1 and Leopard 2, Israeli Merkava, Japanese Type 90 and Type 10, South Korean K1 and K2, Chinese Type 96 and Type 99, Indian Arjun. Every modern main battle tank worldwide uses Gundlach's prism periscope concept. Every one. Without exception. But the story doesn't end with simple periscopes. The technology evolved. 1960s, Leopard 1, the Perry R12 periscope from Zeiss, a prismatic panoramic periscope for the commander, 360-degree rotation, 8x magnification, stabilized, enabled target acquisition while moving. The basic principle? Gundlach, 1936. The implementation? German engineering, 1965. But without Gundlach's prism concept, it would have been impossible. 1970s, Leopard 2 development. The Perry R17 periscope, even more advanced, integrated laser rangefinders, daylight channel and night vision channel, thermography. But still, prisms guide the light. Gundlach's concept expanded with modern sensors. The thermal image is guided through prisms to the commander's eye. The same optical principle. 40 years of development. But the foundation remains. 1980s, M1 Abrams, commander's independent thermal viewer. An independent thermal panoramic sight for the commander enables hunter-killer capability. The commander identifies targets while the gunner engages a different target. Efficiency doubled. But how does it work? Prisms guide the thermal image. 360-degree rotation. Stabilized. Gundlach's concept from 1936, adapted for modern thermal sensors. 2000s, all modern tanks have commander's panoramic sights. Leopard 2A6, 2A7, Perry R17A2, M1A2, SEP, CITV, Challenger 2, Thales, Savi. Leclerc, HL120 panoramic sight, T90M, Sosna U panoramic sight, Type 99A, hunter-killer panoramic sight. All use the same basic concept, prism-based optics with 360-degree rotation. Gundlach, 1936, 70 years of development, but the foundation is identical. And now, 2024, Leopard 2A8. HENSOLDT presents the Perry RTWL Digital. According to HENSOLDT, a stabilized high-precision observation and target acquisition system, improved sensor performance in the medium and long-wave infrared range, proven glass optical channels supplemented by full HD dayside cameras, AI-supported video processing, scan technology. But look at the operating principle. Prisms guide the light from the sensor to the display. Prisms enable 360-degree rotation. Prisms mechanically stabilize the image. Gundlach's concept, 88 years old, still indispensable, still the basis. Challenger 3, the latest British tank upgrade in 2024. Digital periscopes with thermal overlays. According to Forces News, a window into the future of tank warfare, crews can see through the hatches without exposing themselves. Thermal overlays show heat signatures, often with AI for threat prioritization. But the optical system? Prisms. The same prisms that Gundlach used in 1936, now with digital sensors, but the principle is identical. Prisms direct light. Precisely. Maintenance-free. Robust. Ukraine, 2025. Modern tank warfare. Leopard 2A6, supplied by Germany. M1A2 Abrams, supplied by the USA. Challenger 2, supplied by the UK. All fighting against Russian T-72s, T-80s, T-90s. What often decides the battle? Who sees first? Who identifies first? Who shoots first? The optical systems are crucial, and all, absolutely all, are based on Gundlach's prism periscope from 1936. 88 years later, in the fields of Ukraine, Polish technology from 1936 decides life and death. Field reports from Ukraine confirm it. Leopard 2 crews report superior optics. We see Russian tanks before they see us. The Perry R-17A2 periscope gives us all-around visibility. Thermography shows hidden vehicles. We get the first shot. Russian T-72B3s and T-80B VMS also have modern optics. Sosna U panoramic sights, also prism-based, also Gundlach derivatives. The difference? Quality of the sensors, quality of the manufacturing. But the basic concept? Identical. Both sides are using Polish technology from 1936. The irony is immense. Leopard 2, German engineering, uses periscopes based on Polish technology that Germany stole in 1939. T-90, Russian engineering, uses periscopes based on the same Polish technology that the Soviet Union copied from Germany in 1944-45. German and Russian tanks are fighting in Ukraine, both using technology that originally belonged to a Pole, a man whose name is barely known anymore. Rudolf Gundlach, 1936. Warsaw, forgotten but ubiquitous. Let's look at the technical details. Why are prisms so superior? Physics. A mirror reflects light on its surface. The surface must be perfectly smooth. Every scratch, every blemish degrades the optics. Humidity fogs mirrors. Vibration can misalign them. In a tank, with constant vibrations, mirrors are problematic. Prisms work by total internal reflection. Light enters the glass, hits the interface between glass and air at the right angle, and is completely reflected. No surface reflection. No coating needed. The reflection happens internally. Scratches on the outside do not affect it. Sealing is impossible because the reflection happens internally. Vibration can displace the prisms, but if they're mounted correctly, that's extremely unlikely. Robustness, reliability, precision. Gundlach understood this physics, and he used it. The rotation is another stroke of genius. Early periscopes were fixed. The commander could only look in one direction. To look to the left, he had to turn the turret or use another periscope. Gundlach made the top prism rotatable, 360-degree view. The commander could scan the entire environment without moving anything, except the periscope itself. Faster and more efficient, tactically superior. Modern variations have electrical rotation, joystick control, stabilization, zoom, thermography, laser rangefinders, AI-based target recognition, but the core principle, Gundlach's rotating prism periscope. Everything else is an add-on. The foundation remains. 88 years, unchanged in principle, because the principle is perfect, because Gundlach got it right. In 1936, Warsaw. Now comes the question, why isn't Gundlach's name well known? Why does everyone know Werner von Braun, but nobody knows Rudolf Gundlach? Because Gundlach was Polish, because Poland was defeated in 1939, because his technology was stolen, because Germany perfected it and claimed the glory, because after the war, the Allies studied the German technology, not the Polish source. Gundlach's patent was forgotten, his name disappeared, but his invention survived in every tank worldwide. To this day, The injustice is documented. Germany never paid Poland royalties for Gundlach's periscopes. The Wehrmacht, German armed forces during World War II, used them throughout the entire war. Thousands of tanks, tens of thousands of periscopes, all based on Gundlach's patent. Not one Reichsmark went to Poland. After the war, the Bundeswehr, German armed forces, used Leopard 1 and Leopard 2 tanks with Gundlach-derived periscopes. Millions of Deutschmarks. Later euros. Invested. No compensation for Poland. No recognition of Gundlach. Technology theft was never corrected, never compensated. Just forgotten. The Allies did the same thing. The USA copied German periscopes, which themselves were Polish copies. M46 Patton and all successors use prism periscopes. Billions of dollars invested. No royalties to Poland. The Soviet Union, T-54 and all derivatives. 100,000 plus tanks produced, all with Gundlach concept periscopes. 0 rubles to Poland, France, Great Britain, Israel, China, India. All copied the concept, all profited. No one paid. A forgotten injustice, a global exploitation of Polish engineering, and that's exactly what I'm going to show you now. The complete technical lineage, from Gundlach in 1936 to every modern tank in 2025. 1936, Rudolf Gundlach develops the prism periscope, 360-degree rotation, maintenance-free, superior optics. The Polish army equips 7 TP tanks with it. Poland has the most advanced tank optics in the world. For 3 years, 1939, Germany invades Poland. Wehrmacht captures 7 TP tanks, examines the periscopes, is impressed, confiscates patents, production equipment, everything, no compensation. Technology theft as spoils of war. Zeiss and Leitz begin to copy and improve Gundlach's concept. Better glass, more precise mechanics, anti-reflection coatings. The German version is technically superior, but the basic concept, Gundlach, Poland, stolen. 1941-1945, Panther, Tiger, Panzer IV, all with prism periscopes. TZF-12A gun sight, German tank gun sight, uses prism optics. German tank crews have superior vision. They see further, clearer, faster. Tactical advantage in combat. Allied combat reports confirm German optics are better, far better. Sherman crews fight at a disadvantage. Tiger sees them at 2,500 meters. Sherman sees Tiger at 1,200 meters. Whoever shoots first wins. Germans shoot first because of Gundlach's optics. Stolen, perfected, deadly. 1944-1945, Allies capture German tanks. Aberdeen Proving Ground, USA, Bovington, Great Britain. Engineers dismantle everything, analyze the periscopes, admire the prism design, understand the advantage, decide, we'll copy it. After the war, all Allied tanks adopt Gundlach's concept. But they believe it's German technology. The Polish source is forgotten. Gundlach's name disappears. His invention survives. But without credit, 1947, T-54 production begins. Soviet tank, 80,000 plus units produced until 1981. Prism periscopes for commander and driver. The Soviets had captured German tanks. They studied the optics. They copied them. T-54 uses Gundlach derivatives. But the Soviets don't know it's originally Polish. They think it's German technology. Captured as spoils of war, Gundlach is forgotten twice. First by Germany, then by the Soviet Union. 1949, M46 Patton, first American tank with prism periscopes based on German design. The German design is based on Gundlach, but the USA doesn't know that. They copy from Germany. M47, M48, M60, all successors use further developed versions. Millions of dollars invested, thousands of tanks produced, all with Gundlach's concept. No royalties, no recognition. 1965. Leopard 1, Germany's first post-war main battle tank. Peri R12 by Zeiss, a prismatic panoramic periscope for the commander, 8x magnification, 360-degree rotation, stabilized, allows target acquisition while moving, revolutionary for 1965. But the basic principle, Gundlach 1936, 29 years later, still the basis. Germany pays itself for technology it stole in 1939. The irony is immense. 1979, Leopard 2 enters service. Peri R17 periscope. Laser rangefinder integrated daylight channel and thermography. The commander has hunter-killer capability. He can identify targets while the gunner engages another. Efficiency doubled. But how? Prisms direct the thermographic image. Gundlach's concept, adapted for modern sensors. 43 years after Gundlach, still indispensable. 1980, M1 Abrams enters service. 1985, M1A1 with commander's independent thermal viewer, CITV, an independent thermographic panoramic sight. 360-degree rotation, stabilized, hunter-killer. The American commander has the same capability as in the Leopard 2. How? Prism-based optics, Gundlach concept. 49 years later, still the standard. 1990, Leclerc enters service. HL-120 panoramic sight by Thales, 360-degree rotation, laser rangefinder, thermography, image stabilization, French engineering. But the basic concept? Gundlach prisms, 54 years later, still the basis. 1998. Merkava Mk4 enters service. Israeli main battle tank, Elop panoramic sight, 360-degree panoramic view, day and night channels, hunter-killer, Israeli development. But the optics? Prisms, a Gundlach derivative, 62 years after the original, still relevant. 2001. The Type 99 enters service, a Chinese main battle tank, featuring a hunter-killer panoramic sight for the commander, 360-degree rotation, laser rangefinder, thermography, Chinese technology. But the optical principles? Prisms, total reflection, 360-degree rotation, Gundlach in 1936, 65 years later, in a Chinese tank, global proliferation, universal adoption, 2005, T-90M modernization, a Russian battle tank equipped with the Sosna-U panoramic sight, a 360-degree view, laser-guided missile capability, modern Russian technology. But the periscope, prism-based, the Gundlach concept, 69 years later. From Poland to Germany to the Soviet Union to Russia, the line is clear, the source forgotten, the technology ubiquitous. 2016, the K2 Black Panther, a South Korean battle tank, sporting the Kite panoramic sight, 360-degree rotation, high-resolution thermal imaging, full hunter-killer capability, cutting-edge South Korean technology. But the fundamentals, Gundlach's prisms, 80 years later, in Korea, technology knows no boundaries. Gundlach's idea is universal. 2021, the Type 15 light tank, a Chinese design for mountain and amphibious warfare, featuring modern optics, a panoramic sight for the commander, 360-degree rotation, thermography, image stabilization. But the system? Prisms, a Gundlach derivative, 85 years later, in a light tank for special operations. The versatility of the concept, applicable everywhere. 2024, the Leopard 2A8, equipped with the HENSOLDT Peri RTWL Digital, a digital solution combining proven optical technology with innovative sensor and camera systems, enhanced sensor performance in the mid and long-wave infrared range, proven glass optical channels complemented by full HD cameras, AI-powered video processing, scan technology increases reconnaissance range. But the heart? Prisms guide the light, 360-degree rotation, stabilized. Gundlach 1936, 88 years later, still the basis, expanded, modernized. But founded on Polish engineering from 88 years ago, 2024, the Challenger 3, a British upgrade, featuring digital periscopes, thermal overlays, AI for threat prioritization, crews see through the hatches without exposure. Forces News calls it a window into the future of tank warfare, but the optics, prisms, total reflection, 360-degree mechanics, the Gundlach concept, digitalized, but the physics unchanged. The fundamentals identical, 2024. Ukraine. Modern tank warfare. Leopard 2A6 versus T-72B3. M1A2 Abrams versus T-80BVM. Challenger 2 versus T-90M. All have advanced optics. Peri R-17A2, CITV, Thales Savi, Sosna U. Different manufacturers, different countries, different sensors, but the basic concept identical. Prism periscopes, 360-degree rotation. Gundlach 1936, 88 years later. Deciding battles in Ukraine. Polish technology, German perfection, Soviet copies, all fighting. With the same fundamental optics, Rudolf Gundlach would be shocked, or proud, maybe both. Now the complete list. Every modern battle tank, everyone utilizes Gundlach's concept. Germany, Leopard 1, 2,437 units. Leopard 2, all variants, 3,600 plus units. Peri R12, Peri R17, Peri R17A2, Peri RTWL digital, all prism-based, all Gundlach derivatives. USA, M46, M47, M48, M60, 15,000 plus units. M1 Abrams, all variants, 10,000 plus units. Prism periscopes, CITV. All Gundlach concepts, Soviet Union, Russia, T-54, T-55, 100,000 plus units, T-62, 20,000 plus, T-72, 25,000 plus, T-80, 10,000 plus, T-90, 2,000 plus, T-14 Armata. All prism periscopes, all Gundlach derivatives, 170,000 plus tanks, all with Polish optics. Great Britain, Centurion, 4,400 units, Chieftain, 900, Challenger 123, 1,200 plus. Prism periscopes, Thales Savi, Gundlach-based, France, AMX 30, 3,600 units, Leclerc, 900. HL 120 panoramic sight, prisms, Gundlach concept. Israel, Merkava Mickey 1234, 2,000 plus units, Elop panoramic sights, prism-based, Gundlach derivative. China, Type 96, 2,500 plus units, Type 99, 99A, 800 plus, Type 15, 300 plus, Hunter-killer panoramic sights, prisms, Gundlach concepts. Japan, Type 90, 341 units, Type 10, 100 plus, Mitsubishi panoramic sights, prism-based, Gundlach derivatives. South Korea, K1, 1,500 units, K2 Black Panther, 260 plus, Kaite panoramic sight, prisms, Gundlach concept. India, Arjun, 124 units. Samtel panoramic sight, prism-based, Gundlach derivative. Total 350,000 plus battle tanks worldwide, all using Gundlach's prism periscope concept. All, every single modern battle tank from 1947 to 2024, 77 years of continuous production, based on a Polish design from 1936, no royalties ever paid, no credit given, Gundlach's name forgotten, his technology ubiquitous. The economic impact is astronomical. Estimates: an advanced panoramic sight costs $500,000 to $2 million depending on sensors and capabilities. A Leopard 2A7 Peri R17A2, around $800,000. An M1A2 SEP CITV, around $1.2 million. A Challenger 3 digital periscope, around 1 million sous. Multiply that by thousands of tanks, billions of dollars invested, all based on Gundlach's concept. Poland received nothing. Research and development, even more billions. Zeiss developed the Peri series. Decades of development, millions of Deutsche Marks, later euros. Thales developed Savi, millions of pounds. Raytheon developed CITV, millions of dollars. NPO Geophysica developed Sosna-U, millions of rubles, all based on the same fundamental concept, Gundlach's prisms, no compensation for Poland. The technology theft of 1939 was never corrected, never balanced, only exploited globally, systematically, profitably. Today, 2024, the global military optics industry is estimated at $15+ billion annually. Tank optics is a significant part of that. HENSOLDT, Thales, Raytheon, Elbit, Leonardo, Mitsubishi, all produce panoramic sights for tanks. All utilize prism-based optics. All ultimately owe their technology to Rudolf Gundlach. Poland, 1936. Stolen 1939. Globalized 1945 to 2024. Profitable for all except Poland. But here is the even deeper irony. Germany paid billions for Leopard 1 and Leopard 2 development. Peri R-12 and Peri R-17 were expensive. Zeiss charged development and production costs. Germany paid, but Zeiss developed based on Gundlach concepts that Germany had conquered in 1939. So Germany paid for its own stolen technology, stolen twice. Once from Poland, then from German taxpayers. The Bundeswehr, the modern German army, bought back what the Wehrmacht, the WW German army, had stolen. 6 billion euros for the Leopard 2 program in total. A significant portion of that for optics. Optics based on Polish design, never compensated. The USA did the same thing. The M1 Abrams development cost over $20 billion over decades. The CITV development was part of that. Raytheon developed it. The US paid for it, based on concepts that were copied from German tanks, which themselves were copied from Polish tanks. So the US essentially paid for technology that was originally Polish, stolen by Germany, copied by the US, and then sold as an American development, a triple theft. And no one mentions Gundlach. France, Great Britain, Israel, China, Korea, India, Japan, all invested billions in tank optics development, all based on Gundlach's concept, all paid their own companies. Thales, BAE Systems, Elbit, Norinco, Mitsubishi, Samtel, billions of dollars, pounds, shekels, yuan, yen, rupees, all for technology, whose foundation a Pole developed in 1936, for which no one compensated him, a global industry built on a stolen foundation. The moral question is complex. Is technology theft acceptable in times of war? In 1939, Germany invaded Poland, conquered the country, confiscated industrial plants, patents, technology, as spoils of war. Is that legitimate? Under international law, it was not clear-cut in 1939. The Hague Conventions regulated conduct, but technology theft was not explicitly forbidden. Germany argued, war spoils are legitimate. The Allies did the same thing with German technology in 1945. Operation Paperclip, systematic confiscation, thousands of patents, tons of documents, scientists forcibly recruited. Was that legitimate? The Allies said Germany started the war. War spoils a compensation. But the logic works both ways. The problem is, Gundlach was the first victim. Germany stole in 1939. The Allies copied from Germany in 1945. But the original source was Poland. Gundlach invented it. Germany seized it. The Allies studied it. Everyone profited. Gundlach got nothing. His family got nothing. Poland got nothing. 8 decades of exploitation, no compensation, no recognition, only oblivion. Could it be corrected? Theoretically, yes. Germany could pay back royalties. Symbolic compensation to Gundlach's family, or to Poland. The federal government could do it as a historical gesture. Would it happen? Probably not. Too much time has passed. Too many countries are involved. Too complex. But morally, Germany owes Poland for Gundlach, for his genius, for his invention that revolutionized and enabled German tank optics. Without Gundlach, Germany would not have had optical superiority in World War II. Without Gundlach, the Leopard 2 wouldn't have the advanced periscopes it has today. The guilt is clear. The compensation is missing. Rudolf Gundlach died in 1974 in Great Britain. He fled after Poland's defeat, worked for the British Army during the war, developed further optical systems. After the war, he remained in Great Britain, worked in the industry, lived quietly, never received international recognition, no Nobel Prize, no major honors, just a few Polish awards. His name is almost forgotten, but every tank driver, every commander, every gunner worldwide uses his invention every day, in every tank, everywhere. Gundlach sees through their eyes, invisible, forgotten, but ubiquitous. History teaches us, technology has no nationality, but recognition should. Gundlach deserves recognition. His name should be known. His contribution should be taught. In military academies worldwide, in tank driver schools. In engineering studies, everyone who studies tank optics should know. The prism periscope comes from Rudolf Gundlach, Poland, 1936, stolen, perfected, globalized, but never compensated, never recognized, until today. The next time you see a tank, remember this. Leopard 2 in Germany, Abrams in the USA, Challenger in Great Britain, T-90 in Russia, Type 99 in China. Everyone has periscopes. Every periscope is based on Gundlach's invention. 88 years old. Still indispensable. Still the foundation. Polish genius, German perfection, global exploitation, no compensation, a forgotten injustice, a story that needs to be told. Support this channel with super thanks. Enable more forgotten stories, more uncomfortable truths, more recognition for forgotten geniuses like Rudolf Gundlach. Click on super thanks below this video. Every amount helps. Every amount shows that you value the complete story. That you value the recognition of all contributions, not just the victors, but also the forgotten, the exploited, the ingenious, whose names disappeared, but whose inventions survived. Gundlach's prism periscope is in every tank. Leopard 2A8 in 2024, M1A2 SEP, Challenger 3, T90M, Type 99A, K2 Black Panther, all of them, every single one. 88 years after its invention. That is technical immortality. But Gundlach deserves more. He deserves recognition. He deserves his name to be known. He deserves every tank driver worldwide to know. I see through Gundlach's invention. I benefit from his genius. I owe him thanks. Write in the comments. Did you know Rudolf Gundlach? Did you know that every modern tank uses Polish optics from 1936? Does it surprise you that Germany never paid royalties? Do you believe Poland should be compensated even 88 years later? Your opinion interests me. Discuss. Civilized. Fact-based. Respectful. Gundlach deserves discussion. His story deserves exposure. His invention deserves recognition. Here, in the comments, share this video, make Gundlach's name known, give him the recognition he never got. 88 years too late, but better late than never. Thank you for listening. Thank you for knowing Gundlach now. Thank you for spreading his story.